Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be building a wooden tripod. I'm using this old camera tripod that I've just adapted to sit my phone on. It's functional, but it's not very functional. The legs are broke, it doesn't really work, doesn't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to be building a decent one. And then I know it'll be functional at work because I'll build it the way that I need it. So I'll show you this wee one, the new that I use, which I said it's an old camera tripod, and I just built a wee holder for my iPhone to sit in. It's just a wee bit, it sits in there like that, and it works, but I want to build something better. So I want to build something better, something that can swivel easier. I might make a couple of wee adapters that, like wee arms, counterweight arms that I can have it sitting out there for bird's eye views. And got a couple of wee ideas, but I've not really got any specific plans as to how I'm going to build it. I'm just going to sort of go off how tripods are designed, the way they look, and it'll be a trial and error thing. I'll just build as I go, and that's it, you know, we'll just get to it. So it'll be a pretty cool wee project to build, as there's technical things that I'll need to work out as I go. So I'm looking forward to this build, so let's get to it. And there's the four legs. Now I need to build a wee box or a frame to go around them so they can slide up and down. So that's what will be the next. So this is the bit for the legs, and this is the inner bit, the shaft, and then these bits are to make up the box that goes around the shaft. But I'm going to run all these through the thicknesser just to get all the paint after and get them a wee bit thinner, because this is kind of heavy wood, dense wood, so thickness on there. So that's me, got everything cut to length, the right dimension, planed, everything's nice and straight and square. So I'm just going to start gluing the bolts together for the shafts to go in, and then we can move on to the next bit. So let's get to that. So I couldn't glue them all up as one piece because they kept sliding about, so I just glued the middle parts on first, let them dry a wee bit, they're alright now, that we can glue the final bit of sewing, and let them dry all night. And once they've dried all night, then we can look at shaping them, the final shape that I want them to be at. So let's get to that. So that's them all glued up now. I'm just going to leave them to dry completely all night, and then we'll come back to the mortar and we can shape them, give them a wee sanding and shape them till I want them to be. So I'll do this. So I've left these to glue up all night. So basically most importantly we want to make sure the shaft fits, which I've measured it and it should be tight in one direction, but in the other direction a wee bit loose. And then I'm just going to plane these bits down. Just plane these bits down, get them nice and flush because they're a wee bit of ridge in that. But see, so that nice and tight in one direction. That's fine. That's exactly what I intended. Sweet. One fits the outfit. I'm going to get to planing these. And once we've planed them, I need to make a sort of wee bracket here on all of them, and then a wee circle bit to join them all together like that. So that's what I'm going to do now. So let's get to that. Let's get plane these down. Don't need to be perfectly square and accurate, but as long as they look nice. And then I'm just going to put chamfers on all the corners just to take that sharpness away. Like, it's hardwood and hardwood cuts you. So cut all these chamfers, make them look nice. Then we can get to these supporting brackets that hold them all together, and then we can proceed for there. So I've just put these chamfers on the edge of them, just nice and nice wee shape to them. I'll give it a final wee sanding, but once it's assembled. Look. But now I need to make wee brackets. You go in here like this, and that's to join them all together into a central hub. All the legs will join to a central hub piece that obviously the camera and whatever else that I can think like to mount on. Couple of wee different ideas, but so I'm going to cut these out of some hardwood. And that's, we've got the muck cut out in the bandsaw, and I'm just going to finish them up on the sander to get them all uniform and smooth. So I've got them shaped, down to the final size. I'm just going to give them a wee sanding just to take the rough edges off, and then we'll drill a hole in one of them, and we'll use that same hole to line up and get the holes in the rest of them, and then we'll proceed to gluing. So I must have, when I was laying the lines out, one of the lines were just off, one or two of them, and when I went to cut it, obviously it didn't fit, so I just took a couple of wee slices off each of them, and then gave it a final wee sand down, and it fits now. So just going to drill a bigger hole in this. Before I do that, I need to actually figure out if I'm going to actually make my own shaft or if I've got a metal shaft. So I've glued a reinforcement bit onto this, just thought it could do with more meat when the shaft comes in to keep it straight and in line. And then obviously I want to put like a wee screw or a wee bolt in here for when the shaft's in to lock it in place. So I need something more there. So we need to let this dry now before we can go any further. So whilst we're waiting for bits to dry, I'm just going to make a wee clamp. A wee bit here, a wee metal bit with a bolt going into it, and so we can clamp these legs when they're extended and when they're up. So just gotta get to that now. So I've got them cut. That one didn't quite work out as well. Cut it a bit too small, but nonetheless, they serve a purpose and they won't any bother. So I'm just gonna tap some threads in them, and then we'll put them on the legs. So I've got some threads. Excuse me. We've got some threads tapped in them. I had to use bigger bolts because I didn't have the right tap. So I've used bigger bolts, and I'm just going to make some wee knobs. I'm going to do that in the bandsaw now. Let's make some wee knobs for them. There's my wee knobs finished. So I'm just going to drill some holes in them, the right size, finish them with a chisel, and then we're going to glue these in. Once we've glued them in, we'll screw these on and we'll see how they work. I'll tighten off for what I need. Aye. The dirt certainly don't need to be tightened really tight. One wee tongue plug, so aye. Sweet. So I'm going to just try and fit these the now. Looking at it, it looks like it'll fit, but they might interfere with each other. Maybe. That's no bad. That's no bad. Definitely room for improvement. Could make your circle a bit better. Trim these down a wee bit. Just maybe trim these so just as thin all the way up. That would definitely help with this one here. You know what, man? That works. That's pretty cool. But we are not done yet. And all I'm going to do for these is I'm just going to cut them flush right up like that, and then round them out here, and that'll give me enough clearance for, what one is it? That one there. And they'll look a bit better as well. It's a bit bulky there, so sticking at the top. So we'll do that, cut them the new, and that'll be perfect. Let's get to that. So they'll definitely be short enough that they don't interfere with each other. So I'm just going to finish them up on the sander, just make them look a wee bit better a little bit. Aye. So I've just quickly sketched this. So that's the shaft. Obviously down here is the bottom of the tripod. Up here we're just going to create a wee small platform, and then I'm going to create a kind of wee L shaft. Wee shaft that's coming out like that, attached to another block. This block will have a wee slit in it, and I'll have a wee bolt with a butterfly, what do you call the things? Wee butterfly tightener thing. And with this block here, I'll be able to turn the camera that way. And then I've got another wee bracket here, which I'm gonna, that wee clip, a wee butterfly, will go in there, I think. And so I'll be able to move it. I'll be able to move this block back and forth that way, and then this one here will be able to come out this way, so I can basically move it any direction I want. So I'm going to go with this. I'm going to build it. I've got all the parts here, just all the scrap bits that are fun lying about. For what I could find, that should be functional. And then I could make a wee bit here for my wee holder for my iPhone to sit in. That should work. That should work. So let's get to that. Oh, we'll know if it works once I do it. So let's get to that. So I've just finished this wee bit. Just gotta make sure it all fits. So I've got just a bolt going through there, another bolt with a wee butterfly wing nut, what we call them, wing nut I think they're. And this one's, I'll keep that tight like that. We can put this in here like that, and then our shaft will just loosely sit in there. Loosely sit in there. We can tighten that right up, and that will tighten it all in place. Slight move. Right, that works. And we can move this, turn that if we want to move that about. Tighten it back up. That was slight. So now we need to make our bit, our wee block, a width for here. And same, just a wee bit like this, split in the middle, wing that, tighten up. We'll have this one so it can move back and forward that way. And then I'm going to put make a wee bracket, which will be attached to the same wing nut. So the wee block will move this way with a bracket here and a platform here like that, and the same wing nut will loosen that can do this back and forth that way, and it'll make it go that way. So I'll use the same wing nut to tighten up both motions for this one. Just makes it simpler, I think. Look, but aye, it's alright. And I've just got a normal nut and bolt in this one, and I've got a wee threaded, and I've got a wee lock nut there, and then just a wee wing nut. So that works, swung alright. So let's move on to this bit now. finally finished up with the wee brackets. I made this off camera. As the video's getting a bit long, I made a wee knob off camera. So let's just put it together and hopefully it works the way I want. So firstly we just need to put these wee bits on. I've not attached, need to drill some holes into this and this bit and attach this up, of course. So we're just going to put that bit in there like that. So this one loosens, we can turn it left and right, we can go like that. So I wasn't too fussed to getting it all straight because that's the whole point in this. Pan it left and right, back and forward, tighten that, tighten this bit up here. That'll stop it if it going that way. I'm tightening these ones up here to stop it from moving. It's not super strong, but it's tight enough to hold a wee phone. But when we loosen that off, so we need to knock a wee bit off right here, which I sort of suspected. So I'll be back in just 2 seconds of knock. So took it down enough to where, you know, it can go down into portrait mode, which I'll probably never use that, but it is just for the case of getting it balanced like that. So that's it. It's functional the way I need it to be. Turn out alright. Maybe get a wee level down here. I've got a couple of old squares, so I could take a wee level and put a wee level there, which I think I'll do that. So that's all the pieces now finished and we're ready to assemble. We've got all the leg bits, the knobs, the pins to hold it onto the central bit, and this is all the bits for the tilt mechanism, the shaft, and then the wee legs that I'm going to use at the bottom. The wee feet at the bottom of the legs. But that's everything, so let's get to assembling it. So there it is. You know, I'm pretty happy with that. I changed I put pins through here, whereas I had screws before, and I probably should have kept the screws because that made it just a wee bit more sturdy. So I think I might knock the pins out, put screws back in later, because it's certainly made it a lot more sturdy, whereas it's just a wee bit rocky at this centre bit, which I don't like. Other than that, the rest of it's solid, but this bit here I changed the design, but other than that, it works, it's functional, and it looks alright, you know what I mean? I still need to get a wee oil, which I'm going to do that now. But other than that, it looks good. It was a cool wee project, so I'm just going to fire some oil on it. Hey guys, so I can officially call it done now. I gave it a wee coat of oil. I did have pins through here, but it was just a bit too rickety for my liking. So I just put the original screws back in, and it's sturdy enough now. Few wee coats of oil. It's still going to give it a wee coat or two. I'll let that soak in, give it a wee coat tomorrow. But you know, I'm well happy with it, pleased with it. It's turned out better than I thought, and it'll go higher than most tripods you can buy. Definitely. Like, there's my wee knob there, and I can just obviously put it right away up. And I can go. I need to actually. And I can go easy 7 foot. I'm kind of happy with it. Like, get back down there now. Just tighten it there. Definitely improvements can be made on it, but kind of happy for my first go. I've just turn this around and I'll show you this bit. This is the wee case holder that I made for this old tripod here, which I think I'll make another one, because it's handy having it up there like that, which obviously I could, this one could obviously still be put up, but it's cool to have two. So I just bolted that right to this bit, put a couple of wee spirit levels on just to know when I'm level, but it's all functional. Can just loosen this bit off a wee bit, can put it up that way, loosen it a bit more. You can put it portrait if you want, really, but I'll never have it that way. It's just to balance it. Loosened it too much, tighten it, maybe get a bigger wing nut for that, but it works, man. It's pretty cool. I like it, and I'll be able to get different angles, different shots for different places in the workshop. But it was a fun project. It was. So how you look at it, it's the wee mechanism bit that I made. Just the wee knobs here for the wee clamps to extend the legs, and I've got wee feet just grip it to the ground. Aye, it's pretty cool. So let's get it up on it. So guys, thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a fun project to build. It took me a lot longer than what I thought it was going to do. I'm on my 4th day now. It's the longest project, the longest time I've spent on a project, because there was a lot of wee things I had to work out, back and forward, trial and error. But nonetheless, it's functional, it works, and it looks cool like that. So I definitely, like, you know, it's something that I enjoyed, something that's definitely functional. It can definitely be improved upon. There's loads of things that I can see already within it that can definitely be improved upon. So I maybe do that in the future. The shaft on it, I can definitely make that better. So that's more rigid. If that is more rigid, pardon me. If that was more rigid, any play that is in it would be totally gone. So I think I'll maybe make a better shaft for it. But other than that, it's got no problem whatsoever, man. It's functional. It looks cool. And most importantly, I enjoyed building it. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you like the video, why don't you check out my other videos? Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. If you've not subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, because I think most people that are watching my videos, I think it was 70%, only subscribe to my channel. So if you like the content of my channel like that, subscribe to the channel. That I really appreciate. Motivates me, definitely. But nonetheless, I don't make my videos for the views. I make them because it's something I enjoy. I love coming out to the workshop and just tinkering and building, and ultimately that is what my channel is about, is to encourage, motivate and inspire other people to just build stuff, you know, to think more, to see their own abilities to grow, you know, to create. So it's not necessarily about that, but nonetheless motivates me to see the channels growing, knowing I'm doing it right. And that's why feedback's important. Obviously the feedback will tell me, you know, if people enjoy the type of videos that I'm making, the type of content I'm making, the builds and so forth, like that. So I do appreciate any kind of feedback, positive, negative. No, that's an invitation for negative feedback, but nonetheless, constructive criticism is important, because you can deconstruct that criticism to the point where you can whittle out the things that are not necessarily good, or, you know, just waste of time. You just take them out to make better videos like that. So just like this, I'll probably, most of the things that I've spoke about like throughout this video like that, I'll probably get cut, you know, when it comes to editing. Even the things I'm saying now may get cut. But the more footage that I get, the better it is for the final edit like that. So I appreciate all these guys watching my videos. I appreciate that more than I can express. Even if we get one person, 5 people watching, that's what matters to me, you know, that somebody's actually watching, taking an interest in the things that I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys who watch. So if you like my channel, subscribe to the channel, and check out my other videos, and watch out for future projects, as I've got loads and loads of ideas. It's just about, you know, putting them in the right order, what ones do I build, what ones do I do first, like. So again guys, thank you for being here on this journey with me. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, alright? And build something. Take it easy guys.